The January 12, 2017 City Council meeting is now called to order. I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Thank you for being here today. This is a new year, a new day for the City of Longview, and we look forward to a great, fantastic year ahead of us. So thank you for your attendance, and let's get this meeting on the road. Tonight, our prayer and pledge will be led by the Reverend Jerry Stanmore, pastor of Longview Full Gospel Church. Reverend Stanmore.
Thank you, Mayor Mack. May we pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, we come today to give you thanks. Thank you for blessing us with such a wonderful day and with a brand new year. We thank you for giving us another chance to tear down the walls that separate us and build bridges that will unite us. We don't know what the future holds, but we know you hold the future. So, Lord, we enter this year with great expectations. As this council meets today, we ask your blessings upon Mayor Mack and the entire City Council and their families. We also ask a prayer for our police chief, Mike Bishop, and the entire police force, and all the first responders, and all those volunteers, and all of those that protect and serve this great community. Lord, as we gather today at this meeting, we ask that you will be in the midst. Help this council to meet, to make decisions that will be pleasing to you. Help them to discuss the matters at hand in a reasonable way, and be willing to give up having their own way. God, let this be a productive year that brings more opportunities for new businesses and employment for the unemployed. Lord, help us to keep you at the forefront of our minds as we do the work set before us. We ask these blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Reverend Stanmore, thank you for your kind words. We appreciate you very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tonight's employee recognition is recognizing the Geographic Information System, or GIS section. They're part of the Information Services Division. Members of the GIS include Justin Cure, Roger Moser, Wesley Strimmel, Dale Hawkberry, Rachel Braun, Denisa Hansen, and Joey Westbrook. And I know I missed a couple of those names, and I apologize. The GIS supports and maintains a system of computer hardware, software, and data used to manipulate, analyze, and present information that is tied to a spatial location. GIS is recognized as one of the most innovative technologies available to improve decision-making and overall level of service to citizens and staff. They support more than 300 layers of geographic data, GIS software, GPS hardware, aerial photography, thousands of scanned plans and documents, web mapping applications, the City Send citizen reporting application, and the CityWorks work orders and permitting system that is used by half the divisions in the city. GIS has won the Exemplary CityWorks User Award and the Texas Association of Government IT Managers Excellent Award. Okay, usually when I come up here and I recognize employees and departments, it's easy to talk about. I know absolutely nothing about what these people do. I didn't understand a word of what I just read, except I recognized City Send app. That's about all I got out of that. What that means is that they do a job that most of us will never understand at a level that most of us can't even comprehend. But that's what keeps our city running the way it runs and the customers happy, because this mapping programs that they do, the things that they are involved in, they will blow your mind. I've seen some of it, and it just, once again, it's so far above my pay grade that it's not even comprehensible to me. But you all's dedication, your service to the city are immeasurable. And if you didn't do that, we wouldn't have you. The city would not run the way it runs. So from the bottom of our hearts, from the city of Longview, we thank you for all the work that y'all do to help us stay ahead of the game and not chasing the game. Thank you all very much. Great. Thank y'all. Usually I worry about being the tallest or the shortest person. I'm without a doubt the dumbest person in this group. Tonight we have citizen comment, and I have a couple of speaker cards. First, I have Ms. Donna Sharp.
Good evening, Mayor Mack, City Manager Mr. Willard, and City Council. Thank you for the opportunity to be here with you this evening. I am Donna Sharp, and I'm the Executive Director of Greater Longview United Way, and it's a pleasure to serve our community through the 21 partner agencies that carry out the 36 programs that we fund. But I'm here this evening to tell you a little bit about a program that we facilitate at Longview United Way. It's a great community program. It's our VITA, Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, and it's a free tax preparation service for anyone. It's not limited to Longview residents. There is an income requirement, so I would ask that interested parties would contact us about those specific requirements. But we have partnered with the city and are using Broughton Recreation Center as our site for the 2017 tax season. Our dates for operation begin January 23rd and go through April 18th. We will be meeting Monday, Tuesday, Thursday evenings from 5:30 to 8, and Saturday mornings from 9 to 12:30. Again, this is Broughton Recreation Center, free income tax preparation service. We are very, very proud and pleased to provide this service by certified IRS tax preparers. So please spread the word. And City Council, I would invite you, if you're in the area one of those evenings or one Saturday, we'd love for you to stop by and give us a visit. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Donna. Randall Webster.
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor Mack, City Council. I'm Randall Webster. I'm the president of the Northeast Texas Homeless Consortium. The Northeast Texas Homeless Consortium serves multiple counties throughout East Texas to help eliminate the homeless population in our communities. The consortium is made up of federal, state, and local government agencies, nonprofits, faith-based organizations, and landlords that work with or assist those in need in our communities. This group serves as the continuum of care for the Northeast Texas region. We serve Gregg County, Harrison County, Panola, Rusk, and Upshur. Every year we organize what we call the point-in-time count. And in the point-in-time count will be this year, January the 27th, 2017. You may say, what is the point-in-time count? The point-in-time count is once a year, the federal government mandates that communities go out and take a snapshot of just that day of the homeless that's in their community. And these numbers are turned into the state and in turn turned in to the federal government. This is a very important event for those that work with the homeless because this data is primarily is what is used when the government decides the funding for homeless programs. Who does it go to? How can you help? I'm here to ask for help because we need volunteers. It lasts about 4 to 6 hours. We're out looking for unsheltered homeless people out in tent cities, and we're also out in the shelters taking the count. So we need help with patrols, going to places that we know that homeless are, and doing these surveys. These surveys, not only do we count the homeless, but we also do a survey to assess needs, such as medical needs, dental needs, employment needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Webster. I have no more speaker cards. Does anyone else like to speak and fill out a card? Very well, thank you so much. We have two presentations tonight. The first is a presentation commemorating Poverty Awareness Day. And it will be presented to Holly Fuller and members of the Longview Bridges Out of Poverty group. Y'all please come forward. Poverty America Awareness Day, January 26, 2017. Whereas Partners in Prevention have requested the mayor, by proclamation, recognize January 26, 2017 as Poverty in America Awareness Day in the city of Longview. And whereas in 2016, Longview Community Ministries provided, get these numbers, 28,932 bags of groceries. Infilano Gregg County received 1,650 calls. East Texas Food Bank provided 1.5 million meals in Gregg County. These agencies and others are working with Partners in Prevention and the Longview Bridges Out of Poverty Initiative to help individuals reach self-sufficiency. So I, therefore, Andy Mack, with authority vested in me as Mayor of the City of Longview, do hereby proclaim January 26, 2017 as Poverty in America Awareness Day in Longview. Did you all fathom those numbers? And that's just in our community. So this is an amazing undertaking. We all understand poverty exists. We understand it. And we have to open our eyes to it and recognize that it does exist, and we can do something about it. And the more we do, the better off it's going to be for those individuals. And this is the group of people that are doing that. And so thank you all from our city, Partners of Prevention. Y'all continue to set the bar so high. We appreciate you all so much. But thank you all for your participation, for your desire, your dedication to what you do for our community. It's immeasurable. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. Our next proclamation is to the Lions Club. It'll be presented to Glenda Boggs, President of the Longview Lions Club, Paul Boggs, Club Member and Vice District Governor, Scott Baggett, Club Treasurer, Don Francis, next year's President, and Richard Parker, Member. And everyone else is here from the Lions Club. Come on up. Come on, Glenda, over here next to me, because you're the one who's going to get the proclamation. Okay, we mentioned this a few weeks ago when the Lions Club came before us and presented a check to us for our wheelchair accessible swings, and we appreciate all that you all do, but let's make this proclamation official. The Lions Club International 100th anniversary. Whereas the Longview Lions Club has requested the mayor by proclamation recognize January the 13th, 2017 as the 100th anniversary of Lions Club International in the city of Longview. And the Lions Club International is the world's largest service club organization with more than 1.4 million members in approximately 46,000 clubs in more than 200 countries. So now I, therefore, Andy Mack, with authority vested in me as Mayor of the City of Longview, proclaim January 13th, 2017 as Lions Club's International 100th anniversary in the city of Longview. Thank you. And once again, as we mentioned, the Lions Club does so much good. It's the list. I have a 3-page list of what they do, but the service organizations in our community, we're blessed to have so many, but so few of them do to the magnitude that you all do. And we appreciate your service, your dedication, your zeal, what you do for this community. Once again, we can't say thank you enough for. Thank you so much. Appreciate your service and look forward to that chili supper here pretty soon, right? Okay, I know all about it. Okay. January. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all once again. Appreciate you so much. Longview, we are truly blessed to have so many wonderful service organizations that help facilitate things in our city. I don't know how the cities do it, but I'm glad we do it the way we do. Public safety update. Police Chief Bishop.
Mayor Mack, council members, Mr. Willard. I'd like to start out tonight by thanking everybody once again for the great year we had in National Night Out last year. As you may have already heard, our city was ranked 14th in the nation for the population our size, and the number of cities that we were ranked with was 162 different cities across the United States. So this year, We were ranked 14th. If you remember this year, we had, in 2016, we had a total of 127 parties, which was an 18% increase over the prior year. In 2014, we finished 19th overall. In 2015, we finished 15th overall. And last year, we finished 14th overall. So we're moving up, and we're going to keep going with a bigger and better national night out for this next year. So Partners in Prevention, Holly's here. I want to thank them and thank our citizens for being involved in such a great event that brings the community together to support the police department and our crime prevention efforts. So thank you, Longview, for your participation in that. It's time again for one of our free women's safety course. We'll be offering the women's safety course April 3rd through 8th. In this safety course, we're going to cover workplace violence, women's handgun safety, firearms simulator, and a day at our firing range. I would encourage all ladies that would be interested in taking this course to contact Officer Christy Bryan at 903-808-3388. It's a good course and by far one of our most popular courses that we have at the police department. Last meeting, I talked to you about a new endeavor for the police department with our teen academy that we had set up to start on January 23rd. I know when I spoke, I originally set the class size to 30 students. So far, we've accumulated 60 applications. So how we're going to solve that is we're going to run 2 classes so that all the students can participate in our teen academy that starts on January 23rd. So I look forward to bringing you more information about that as it finishes. Last month I talked a little bit about our body cameras. I can tell you tonight that this program has been fully implemented. The training has been completed, the cameras have been issued, and everything is up and running and working as it should be. So this project is completed. And then I'd also like to thank Leadership Longview. Leadership Longview, the class of 2017, stopped by today and had an opportunity to visit with them and talk to them a little bit about the police department and some of the things going on in the community, and had some great questions and great feedback and great dialogue, and would like to thank them for stopping by and visiting with us today. So with that, I'll answer any questions if you...
Chief, congratulations on the National Night Out Awards. We appreciate your diligence there. Thank you for always solving concerns, expanding your class to 2 instead of leaving 30 kids out. That's the way we like to do things. I appreciate that. I know that's more work for you guys, but I know you can handle it, and I appreciate it. Also, glad the body cameras are in operation. We want to continue to thank the Chen family for their donation to that endeavor. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Now, the consent agenda. Any items the council would like pulled off for separate discussion? Any, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Now to zoning. Public hearing held on application Z16-05. Ms. Choi.
Thank you, Mayor Mack, members of council, and Mr. Willard. The applicant is requesting a rezone from agriculture to single family located on Pine Tree Road, north of Thompson Road. They are requesting to rezone from agricultural to single family 4. When annexation does occur, the property that is annexed is automatically assigned an agricultural zoning designation. When development occurs, the property must be rezoned. Pine Tree Road is a minor arterial roadway which is appropriate for residential use as long as access management is followed. Planning and Zoning Commission, along with staff, recommend approval of this request. I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time.
This requires a public hearing, which is now open. Any speakers? Council, any discussion?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how many houses they're planning on putting in there?
I believe at P&Z, the applicant did specify, I believe, 4 to 5 houses, Mr. Yes, 4 to 5 houses along Thompson Road.
Okay. Any other discussion? Public hearing is now, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, sir. Would you like to speak?
Is the housing only going to be on Thompson, not on Pine Tree?
I believe, Mr. Heslop, you are not putting any houses on Pine Tree Road. He's only putting them on Thompson. Yes, sir.
Once we rezone it to single family, will I be surrounded by the houses, because I moved to Longview to be in the country? Well, not really country, but compared to Dallas.
Pine Tree Road is not the country, sir. I'm sorry to tell you that.
That's a big change. I'm just a little concerned if I'm gonna be surrounded by like a big development. That's all. Yeah.
Come on up to the podium,
They can't hear
sir.
you on the podium.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Just please state your name and your address, and we'll.
Happy Alexander, 3901 Pine Tree Road. Just concerned if I'm going to be surrounded by a big housing development.
Well, sir, once the zoning is changed, then the owner of the land has the prerogative to do what he so desires within that zoning requirement.
Right,
And the only way to ensure that that wouldn't happen is for you to purchase that land from him.
right.
And I'm sure he'd be happy to sell it.
Right. Well, I'm not telling him what to do with his property. I'm just trying to see what's coming up
Right.
around the curve.
And Angela, what's it currently zoned? Agriculture?
It's currently zoned agricultural,
Right.
so in agricultural zoning, they are required a 1 acre lot.
Right.
Which is fairly large. And so SF4 Thompson Road on the south side of Thompson Road, if you look, there is already some single-family 3 on the south side, as well as there's a lot of floodplain on this property. So this project won't be a very large development because there is a lot of floodplain on this property.
Right. Sir, I think you're going to be okay because of the lay of the land. I think you'll still feel like you're in the country. Okay? Anyone else? This public hearing is now closed. Is there a motion?
Move to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Choi. Action items, consider an ordinance ordering the general election on May the 6th, 2017 for council members for City Council Districts 3 and 4. Ms. Ballinger.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Mr. Willard. We are requesting approval of an ordinance to call the May 6, 2017 general election, and this is to fill the expired terms of council members for City Council Districts 3 and 4. Filing will begin on Wednesday, January 18th, and will end on Friday, February 17th. We're going to start early voting on April 24th and go through May 2nd. Do you have any questions?
Sir, Ms. Ballinger, you said January 18th to February the 17th?
Yes.
And, okay, and early voting when?
April 24th through May 2nd.
Okay. And one other clarification. When you said the expired terms, neither council representative is at term limit, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Expired terms just means they have done their 3 years and then they expire.
Thank you.
An unexpired term would be if they took over
Got it.
partial terms.
Gotcha. Very good. Any questions, Ms. Ballinger?
Move to approve.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Consider a resolution by City of Longview suspending the effective date for 90 days in connection with the rate increase filings of Southwestern Electric Power Company on or about December 16th. Mr. Finley.
Mayor and Council, on or about December 16, 2016, SWEPCO filed a statement of intent to increase its base revenues for approximately $69 million, which is approximately a 24% increase. On a residential bill, it equates to about a $19.38 a month increase. What we're asking you is the coalition of CARD at cities advocating reasonable deregulation. They've met. They've made the recommendation that we suspend the rate for 90 days and begin our due diligence in the process in reviewing the rates and the increases that are suggested. So at this time, I'd ask that you authorize our participation in the suspension of the rate for the 90 days.
Mr. Finley, effectively, what does this do for us? It gives us 90 days to vet it out, I understand. But
Right.
what's our end game?
Our end game is to try to look at the information that's provided and see if there are areas to where we believe the rate should be decreased or it wouldn't be justified.
So what we're trying to do is to keep the rate increase from occurring if we can, correct?
Well, the rate's going to go up. We're just trying to minimize the amount of the rate.
Right.
Let's put it that way.
So that's what we're going to do for 90 days.
That's what we're going to be attempting in the 90-day period. If we're unsuccessful, then we'll go to the PUC hearing.
Okay. Ms. Williams?
Mr. Finley, are we banding with other cities? Is that what I'm hearing you say? The TML, Texas Municipal League cities, are we?
No, it's a coalition that Longview started in 2000, 2001. It's
Okay.
a CARD. It's cities advocating reasonable deregulation.
How many other cities are with us in this venture?
We send it out to about 20 to 30. It varies. It depends on the coalitions.
And have the other cities already responded?
Some of them have.
How
and,
many out of the 20-ish?
I know we've had 2 or 3.
Okay.
I'd have to check with
We've been very successful in
Austin.
the past with this coalition, correct, Mr. Finley?
Pardon?
We've been very successful in the past with this
Yes.
coalition, correct?
Yes. I mean, I was trying to find something here.
I remember that it's had a very nice effect keeping us out of the deregulation over the last number of years.
Let me tell you, this is from 2006 to 2016. The total request by SWEPCO has been $344.8 million, and they've only been approved $139.6 million. So we've been effective.
Very effective. Very good.
Mr. Finley, so does CARD go to the PUC with this, or what's the?
The original jurisdiction will, the jurisdiction will be ultimately lie with the PUC. They will ultimately set the rate, yes.
So we don't go to the power company and say, this is what we think it should be, and they accept it then?
No, it's a process. The way the law states is that they have to file their cases with each city, and then it goes through a hearing process, through the discovery process.
Right.
Ultimately, the rate is set by the PUC. So.
Any other discussion?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Finley. Consider a resolution authorizing and direct the city manager or the city manager designate to negotiate and execute contracts or other documents incident to the Memorandum of Understanding with the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Dallas Division, FBI Task Force Officers Mike Bishop.
Mayor Mack, council members, Mr. Willard, thank you for giving me the opportunity to provide information on the action item before you. The action item before you tonight is to seek approval to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Dallas Division, Tyler Field Office, to participate in the East Texas Area Safe Streets Task Force. If approved, the Longview Police Department will provide an officer as a task force officer assigned to this task force. The mission of the Safe Streets Task Force is to identify and target for prosecution criminal enterprise groups responsible for drug trafficking, money laundering, alien smuggling, crimes of violence such as murder and aggravated assault, robbery, and violent street gangs, as well as the apprehension of dangerous fugitives where there is or may be a federal investigative interest. We have a long-standing relationship with the FBI and see this formalized relationship between the agencies as a way to maximize interagency cooperation and resources in carrying out the mission of the Safe Streets Task Force. At this point, I'd be glad to answer any questions that you may have.
Questions of Chief Bishop? Chief, I know this has been an ongoing deal, and I appreciate the commitment the police officers have to this endeavor. I remember last year how it paid huge dividends when we partnered with the agencies and brought the indictments before us, and I appreciate that. Hope it'll continue.
So I think this will be a good endeavor for the police department and the community as well.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion?
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Now, out of the community interest, Mr. Moore.
I'd like to invite everybody to my District 1 Town Hall meeting on Monday, January 30th at 7 p.m. at our regular meeting place of the Pine Tree ISD Community Center. For this meeting, I'm going to try to primarily focus on soliciting input from the folks there on what their priorities are with respect to implementing our comprehensive plan over the next 5 to 7 years. So that's going to be the main focus of this meeting. Thank you.
Ms. Snoddy.
Good evening, everyone. Ted Beard, Longview Independent School District School Board Representative, and I will also be co-hosting our town hall meeting February 2nd, 6 p.m. at Ware Elementary School, 601 Garfield Street. Also, would like to invite you guys out this weekend for the MLK activities. Actually started last Saturday with the Young Dreamers banquet. Starting tomorrow night, there will be a jazz night. Saturday, the MLK parade. On Sunday, there's a community worship service. And then on Monday is the annual MLK March and memorial after that. So hope to see some of you there. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Williams.
Good evening. I want to first begin by saying happy birthday to my mom. Everybody that knows me knows I'm very family-oriented. She is a great part of why I am the woman I am today, even though a little resistant. She bought my dress. I hate dresses. Okay. Also, congratulations to Partners in Prevention. Thank you. Citizen of the Year, Longview News Journal. That's huge. Before I went into my professional career, I worked under contract for PIP. So I understand the dynamics of the city. And so I just want to say hats off to Holly, Lyndall, the rest of the crew. Thank you for all that you're doing to make our community better. Today, we were at Stars of Longview. As a former star, I can truthfully say this was one of the better events. And I say that because the speaker was fantastic. It was really good. I want to thank Ms. Laura Hill for securing a table. One of our own, Keita King, out of Community Services, was honored. And I'm a firm believer in saying that when one of your own is honored, we all need to be there. And I'll leave it at that. But thank you, Ms. Hill. Thank you for providing a seat for me. I know the mayor was there today, too, as well. And to all the stars, I knew most all of them, congratulations. But it is so important that we encourage people while they're working in the trenches, because if we don't encourage them, then we're just sitting on the sidelines and criticizing. So we have a lot to be proud of. We have some really great employees at the City of Longview. And again, I say congratulations to Keita King, Community Services. And next year when we have another star from the City of Longview, because I believe we will, don't you, Mayor?
I think we will.
I think we will. I think we all need to be in the house, okay?
Why is it all women?
Okay, we'll start men over Longview. But thank you all, and again, thank you, Ms. Hill, for taking that initiative to support our own today.
Thank you. Ms. Ishihara.
I also have a town hall meeting to invite you to next Tuesday, January 17th at Mobberly, starting at 6 p.m. We'll do a short presentation about items of interest for District 4 specifically, and then also for the city, and get your input on what you'd like to see. And if you have any issues, I'd be glad to put you in touch with the right person to help you. So I hope you can join us for that. Anybody's welcome. You don't actually have to be a member of the district. Anybody's welcome to attend any of the town hall meetings that have been talked about tonight. So hope you will get involved and attend one or more. Thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Wright.
Nothing tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Pirtle.
I don't have anything.
Okay. I know Mr. Wright has a birthday coming up. We're excited about that. And Mr. Pirtle,
we're really
nice tie.
excited.
I like it. Looks very good.
My son got this.
Very
stuff,
nice.
right?
Mr. Willard.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Okay. We do have a few items that we'd like to mention. On the library, Longview Library is having a free resume workshop Tuesday, January 24th from 6 to 7 p.m. Learn how to create a functional, effective resume that will catch the eye of any potential employer. And you know what? Seriously, we cruise through these, but you young people, if you don't have a resume, don't know how to use a resume, if that is your entrance into a job, because that's the first thing someone's going to want to see to employ you. If you don't have or know how to do a resume, please come to this and get some help, because that's the first indication that people have of you when they look to interview you, is what's on that resume. So it's very important that it's done properly, done appropriately, and done in the timely manner that makes it what an employer is looking for. So come join us. This is a great thing that the library is doing. Thank you all for doing that. City Office will be closed Monday, January 16th for observance of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. But as usual, sanitation will continue to work. Those guys are amazing. Thank you all so much. We have some upcoming events. We have the Best of Broadway, the Longview Theater Longview's Best of Broadway, January 13th and 14th. We have the Boat and RV Show, January 27th and 29th. We have the MLK weekend events, as you see on Friday and Saturday coming up, 13th to the 16th. Is that it? Okay. Then we have the survey. I don't know how many of y'all appreciated the survey this year, this time, but I thought it was a pretty good one because it kind of makes you have to think a little bit. First off, the top New Year's resolutions are as listed below. Which one do you resolve to do? And you can have multiple answers here. What do y'all think was number one?
Lose weight.
Yeah, but only by like 1%, which I was surprised. You know what the next one was? Smoking. And this makes me feel really good. Do more good deeds for others. That shows our community and the thought process that we're going through, because if you're thinking it, maybe you're going to do it, and I like that. Next was also life self-improvement, better financial decisions, spend more time with family and close friends. You know what the very bottom one was? Which this blew me away. Quit smoking. 1%. 1% said they're going to quit smoking. So that's probably not going to happen. Maybe we don't have a lot of smokers. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, the next one. What do you think should be the top resolutions for the city of Longview? Now, I can tell you, this was not a multiple choice, so I had to go through and read every one of these. And there was a bunch of them. But it was very enlightening to see what our citizens are thinking. And I'll read you a few of them that kind of kept coming back over and over. Bring new business to Longview, which is always a priority for our community. More jobs, of course. This is a really good one. Spend tax dollars wisely, which is the charge that they're presenting to us as a council and our city staff to spend the residents' money wisely. The I-20 corridor in South Longview were multiple times over and over along with the comprehensive plan. More young people coming to Longview. That was a big one as well. And the last one that really kept coming back was safety and crime. Continue to improve our safety and crime statistics in Longview. So good participation. I enjoyed reading them. Some of them were a little out there. I can't really say what those were. So we're going to leave that alone. I want to also say to Partners in Prevention, Holly, Linda, all of you all, congratulations on being the first Citizen of the Year. That speaks well for our city, but it speaks well for our city staff, and we appreciate you and the leadership and the guidance that you all provide. I also want to congratulate Keita for being a Stars Over Longview today. She deserves every ounce of that recognition. A couple other things. I was given a book by a very dear friend, and I was reading it last week. The author is Bob Goff, and the book is Love Does. And I was struck by a quote at the very beginning of the book, and it never left me through the entire book. And it was, I used to be afraid of failing at something that really mattered to me, but now I'm more afraid of succeeding at things that don't matter. And if you think about that, what that really is telling me is that we can't be afraid to step out and take a chance. Because if you've never failed, that means you've never tried. So think about that, because it really struck me that it was profound. And I read through the whole book, and I kept coming back to this over and over. If you haven't had a chance, pick up that book, Love Does by Bob Goff. Very, very, very insightful publication. The last thing I have is I just want to say thank you to the Longview Economic Development Corporation for their announcement yesterday and the potential, or no, I say potential, that we might have an amphitheater here in Longview, an entertainment venue that would provide for our community. And as I stated yesterday, when this LEDCO board was put in place a little over a year ago, I asked him to think big, but to think smart, and to use the citizens' tax dollars wisely, because we do not have a tree out back that we grow money on. That money that they receive is from you all, and I've asked them to use it wisely. And I think when I look back at their little over a year of service, they have done that well. They've brought 650 new jobs to Longview. They have helped to complete our park trail system. They have cleaned up the books at LEDCO and reduced the budget down there, which has been a very important task. They've helped with the comprehensive plan, which we've been charged to do, and that is to put that comprehensive plan into motion. And now they've presented us with an extraordinary, unique entertainment opportunity, unlike anything else in all of East Texas. And if it works, we will be a huge beneficiary of that. And so I say, job well done to that board and to that outside-the-box thinking, taking the blinders off and utilizing the resources that we have. Do you realize, now this is all, once again, contingent upon a feasibility study that's going to be performed. And that's the big if. I mean, we're cautiously optimistic that the feasibility study will come back positive, and if it does, then we will proceed forward if all things are done. But if you look at what this amphitheater does, it checks off so many boxes that we need to check off. It checks off redevelopment in South Longview, which is huge. It checks off economic stimulus in South Longview. And if we can't stimulate South Longview with something like this, I don't know what it's going to take, because this would be a massive undertaking, and this would be another endeavor that could just really start the ball to roll in South Longview. This checks off the comprehensive plan for needing more and new entertainment venues and quality of life for young people. It just hits the boxes that we need to be hitting if it works. And if it does, it will be another Lear Park type event for Longview. But the most important thing about this amphitheater is that it must be revenue neutral or revenue positive, because we cannot afford another revenue negative city-owned facility in our community. Lear Park is revenue positive. We need revenue positive, revenue neutral. And if it works, I think we're going to be the beneficiary of that. This will bring people from all over to our community. It will put us on the map as being a unique destination. It will provide opportunity for people to spend money here that we don't have now, people to come and visit. It will also be a great quality of life issue for our community. And so all those things are wrapped up into one big if. We have to see what the feasibility study comes back. But that's due diligence. That's putting your vetting process out there to see if this is right for Longview. If it is right for Longview, then I look forward to the opportunity to see this thing go forward. So hats off. Thank you all for all those involved. Thank you for being here tonight. Look forward to a wonderful new year ahead of us in 2017 with the City of Longview. This meeting is now adjourned.